What's this? Some kind of little bag. I'll take it with me. This must be garbage from the upper town. The tableware might not be the latest word in fashion, but it's perfectly fine, apart from the leftovers. No, I think I'll just leave it there. The plates are covered in greasy leftover sauce, and I'm not a fan of washing up. Especially when I didn't even dirty them myself. No, I think I'll just leave it there. The plates are covered in greasy leftover sauce, and I'm not a fan of washing up. Especially when I didn't even dirty them myself. The bit of sewer pipe is so heavy that it's sunk halfway into the ground over the years. Not surprising, really. The ground here isn't stone, it's firmly trodden waste. I wonder where the pipe comes from. Seastone is known, or shall we say, infamous, for not having any sewers to speak of. Maybe someone wanted to change that, and this is both the beginning and the end of their efforts. The bit of sewer pipe is so heavy that it's sunk halfway in... There's a few artificial columns and arches here, as well as natural caves. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some mining done here once. Maybe I can get a better view from up there. Yep, definitely better. Not decisively, though. Looks like... a V-belt? I wonder how it got up there. Looks like... clearly out of my reach. Bag with a drawstring. Empty. A fur collar that looks almost new. Why would you throw something like that away? One could have given it to the poor, or even left it on the chinchillas. A fur collar that looks... What? That's, all I wanted. The moon is shining through the hole. That could be my way out of here. If the situation in Seastone really is as dismal as Remy says it is, I'll have to be very careful once I leave the hole. That said, first, I gotta get up there. Couple of power lines. They lead through the ceiling somewhere up there. One strand goes into the rats' camp, the other leads down towards the junkyard. I always thought Gnome Hill was the only place with electricity, but beyond the White Ridge Mountains, it's been used here and there for years.
Ah, Wilbur, there you are. Have you changed your mind?
No. I just want to get out of here.
Highly regrettable.
What do you want down there in that dark hole?
I found your wand down there years ago. My grandfather, a true rat adventurer of lore, climbed into that hole just to find out what was down there. When he didn't return, everyone thought he was dead. Apart from me.
You followed him?
Despite all the warnings, but I didn't find him. Instead, I found a wand. Just as I began examining it, a terrifying ghost set upon me and I fled. I don't know why I took the wand with me. Perhaps it wanted to be taken. When a little gnome came down to our town some years later with big ideas of becoming a mage...
I was very proud of my wand and... How did the magic wand get there? And whose was it?
I don't know. There are old ruins down there, and lots of terrible tales. If I can find out whose wand it is, then perhaps I can find a way to break its power.
Remy, I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me.
You saved Timmy's life. You kept us rats fed when there was nothing left to eat. There's no need for you to thank me.
I'd like to help you again, but I can't.
You can. but perhaps you need time to remember that.
The wand. It began behaving weirdly a few days earlier. I thought I was getting better at magic. I should have paid more attention.
And Alistair should have examined it more closely. And I shouldn't have asked you to build a golem. No one is to blame for what happened, or we're all to blame, whichever way you choose to see it. What is important is that we get up and go again.
No, it's crucial that we think first. The last time I just carried on, and we know how that ended up. The wand. Something's wrong with it. It's too powerful.
How do you mean?
Magic is nothing else than focusing the ambient magic around us and then using it. Good mages can also cast minor spells without wands, but most need wands to focus the magic.
And particularly powerful ones focus the magic particularly well.
Yes, and the most powerful not only focus it, they also amplify it. But up there in the staff room, it was different. The Archmage cast spells, Monkus cast spells.
Right. Where did all the energy come from needed to break down his magical defenses?
I agree. It's almost as if the wand itself were a source of magical energy. But I've never heard of anything like that.
Another reason to get to the bottom of things.
One more reason not to rush into things. This is too big for us, Remy.
Pah!
This ghost that followed you back then, do you think it's still down there?
I haven't dared return to the darkness for years, because I'm convinced of it.
Then maybe you shouldn't go back down there.
Perhaps you're right, but someone's got to go and find out what's going on with that wand, right?
Remy?
Courage and conviction, Wilbur. Courage and conviction.
Good luck. How did something like that end up in the trash? If I had a bongo drum, I'd play it all day long. And night. And then others would throw it in the trash. Ah, got it. Yeah. I don't feel like playing. I want to get out of here. I want to go home. Strip a pretty long head fur. Bag with... There isn't much you won't find down here. Hamster wheels, for example. Maybe it's a symbol warning visitors about the evil in the hole. Or maybe it keeps the evil trapped down there. There are ancient symbols that can do just that. Back in the White Ridge Mountains, I had to listen to long lectures by the cellar master about different types of stone and minerals. Can't really claim that I listened all that attentively, but that looks like a coal vein to me. Back in the White Ridge Mountains, can't really... Someone had to install the pipes down here. How did they get into the underground? And even more importantly, how did they get back out? The design doesn't look too stable. On the other hand, it doesn't look like it was built anytime recently either, which in turn speaks for its durability. The design doesn't look too... A massive pipe, perhaps iron or lead. Presumably it transports something from the town into one of the caves down here. And probably, I really don't want to know what it is. A massive pipe, perhaps, the hole is eerie. Whenever you get close, it feels like icy fingers are reaching for you. Remy will be fine. He's tough, he's smart, brave, everything a hero should be. And nothing ever happens to heroes. Hopefully. Ah! What the heck? Hey, what's the big idea? Did you build this trap? I'd love to, but I'm stuck. Hey! Stop that! Stop that! Are you nuts? I don't know how deep the hole is. My feet can't touch the ground anyway. I'm a gnome. I'm not sliding in any deeper, but I can't get out either. I'm stuck, like a cork in a bottle. An old rope, still in pretty good shape. I can't quite reach. Got it. The hamster wheel has the right weight, but it's too unwieldy to throw with the rope. I'll tie the stick to the rope. Done. Yep. Still too light. I'll tie the stick to the rope. Done. I wonder if No. Even if I could catch it with a lasso, it doesn't look strong enough to pull me out of here. The fur would fall out right away. I need some way to attach it. I tied the little stick to the end of the rope. I don't know if that'll be any use, but I did it. Yep. Still too light. The fur would fall out right away. I need some way to attach it. The hamster wheel has the right weight, but it's too unwieldy to throw with the rope. A massive pipe, perhaps iron or lead. Presumably it transports something from the town into one of the caves down here. And probably, I really don't want to know what it is. I don't know how deep the hole is. My feet can't touch the ground anyway. I'm a gnome. I'm not sliding in any deeper, but I can't get out either. I'm stuck, like a cork in a bottle. Hey, you! Hi there, I just want... an approximately fist-sized stone. That would really hurt if it hit me in the face. I hope it stays on. Yep. There we go. Great. And now, the old heave-ho. That got it. Hey, wait. I'm not going to hurt you. The rope held me once, maybe it can again. How does something like that end up in the trash? If I had a bongo drum, I'd play it all day long and night. And then others would throw it in the trash. Ah, got it. Yeah. I don't feel like playing. I want to get out of here. I want to go home. A bell. I guess it's there to get people's attention, which is usually what bells are for. Should I ring it or not? Do I really want the attention of someone up there? But the hole seems to be the only way if I ever want to get out of here. Bill? That you?
Weathervane, a black cat must have crossed my path.
Yes, it's me. Could you maybe lower me a rope?
No way, you're a wanted criminal. There are posters of you up all over. Dreadful. Not a customer in sight. It's almost as bad as during the war. I should have known. Politicians are bad for business. Every last one of them.
No matter what they say, I didn't kill the Archmage.
Anyone with any brains knows that. You couldn't have harmed a hair on the Archmage's head, even if you wanted to. But as long as that's the official version of the story, I'd rather not think about it out loud.
There are posters of me hanging everywhere.
Here, not a bad likeness if you ask me.
Wanted for the murder of Archmage Alistair, the scurvy, dangerous, armed and stinky fiend Wilbur Weathervane. I don't stink. Or if I do, it's only because I spent a few days in bed.
I told them if they wanted to catch you, they'd have to put a serious bounty on your head.
Would you betray me?
If the price is right, sure. But until then, I'm keeping my head down, like everyone else who's got any sense. Well, you gotta be smart these days, or you'll end up running around in a pink tutu, or worse.
Come on, get me out of here, Bill. I won't cause any trouble.
That'd be a first.
Please, I want to leave town.
Don't blame you, but it's too risky. If Van Buren catches me, she'll probably turn me into a pink, doe-eyed petting lamb.
Come on, for old time's sake.
I'm not putting my neck on the line for you. Ask your friends, those darn rats.
Bill? Bill, are you there? He'll never help me unless there's a juicy profit in it for him. Hey, that's a knight that says knee. A huge mountain of rubbish, tons of it. And I just happened to find a carved figurine of my very favorite hero. It's a sign. I've read all your stories. He was brave and proud, and he never gave up. Because of you, I wanted to experience adventure and left the White Ridge Mountains. And you were only a story. The little cape that someone made for the wooden knight knee figure. The hole up there is even higher than I thought. I'm going to need more than a folding ladder if I want to reach it. The hole up there is even... I'm going to... I could easily reach the V-belt with the rope, but I couldn't get it down. It's hanging over some kind of hook. The little cape that someone made for the wooden knight knee figure. This person is considered armed and dangerous. Like I even own a land shotgun. As if. could easily reach the V-belt with the rope, but I couldn't get it down. It's hanging over some kind of hook. The fur would fall out right away. I need some way to attach it. That must be one of the monsters Ethel was talking about. Better if I have a plan on how to overpower it before it notices me.
Oh, hello. You must be the terrible monster that was destroyed by my son's wonderful trap.
No one would ever expect a workshop like this under a junk heap.
Thanks. Built it all myself. I worked on it day and night. Didn't want to disrupt slate production, of course. But it was worth it. My son's an inventor, just like his old man. Here he can learn everything he'll need for later in life.
I'm Wilbur Weathervane. You're not gonna eat me or anything, right?
Wilbur? You're not Nate's little friend, the one that was caught by the orcs in the wildlands?
You know Captain Nate?
Know him? We idolize him. Without him, I'd never have met the love of my life, Esther. Gulliver's the name. Welcome, Wilbur Weathervane. Feel at home. Any friend of Nate's a friend of ours.
I remember Captain Nate talking about zombies who helped him in the wildlands. Anyway, what brought you here to Seastone?
A better life. If you can make it in Seastone, you can make it anywhere. Hard work still pays round here. I learnt that from Bill. He got us the job here.
Bill the merchant?
The most successful trader in Seastone. Only just arrived in town and we're working for a man like that. Not bad, eh?
I should be at home in the White Ridge Mountains where I belong. Instead, here I am, stuck under Seastone.
Not a pleasant place, and it's better that way. It means everyone's motivated to work their way up and out as quickly as possible.
Do you know a way out of here?
Diligence and hard work, my boy. But you're probably talking about a door or something. I'm afraid there's nothing like that here. The hole in the ceiling is the only way.
I'm not so sure if Bill is really such a great guy.
How can you say a thing like that? It was him that smuggled us into town, even though zombies aren't exactly popular here. Sure, it wasn't cheap, but Bill has his costs, and he created a possibility for us to work off our debts. We build these slates for him. They're a hit, he says. He always wants more.
Hey, I had one just like that.
You see? A hit. Bill has a nose for good business. I'll work hard and learn from him. Then I can finally offer my family what they deserve.
My magic slate was evil, and it deceived me.
Magic slate? Poppycock. They are neither made out of slate, nor are they magic.
If they're not magical, how do they work? Because I don't see any gears.
I don't really know. Has something to do with the intelligent stone, as Bill calls it. Fell from the sky one day in a blaze of light. I cut off a thin slab, set it in a wooden frame, and then give it an almighty electric shock. That's all.
You pump electricity into the rock, and that wakes it up.
Yes, you could put it like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. It's a serious problem. How am I supposed to finish the last batch if I don't have any power?
And Bill came up with the idea for the slates. I never would have believed it.
Why not? He's very innovative. He copied the idea from a trader down south with his very own eyes. At first, he had a couple of carpenters from the lower town work on it, but they just kept wanting more and more gold. Didn't give Bill a chance. He had to let them go and shift production down here. We were lucky that we were standing at the gates at just the right moment and were looking for a job. And now we're just one batch away from earning our own gold.
How'd you deliver the slates to the upper town?
Have you seen the hole above the pile of rubbish? Bill lowered us down through it, and every time we finish a batch of slates, we ring the bell and he sends down a basket.
So the hole in the ceiling's the only way out of the underworld?
The only one I know about. And we don't need any more. The current batch is our last. Esther, Nate and I will be pulled out of this stinking place and can finally begin our undead lives in earnest up there.
When will the next delivery be ready?
Never by the look of things. No electricity.
If I help you, will you take me with you when you leave?
Why not? If you help us, we'll help you too. Of course we will.
Right. Then, so why don't you have electricity?
That's what I would like to know. I guess it's got something to do with those darn rats. They use the same cables as us. They probably wanted to sabotage production.
I can't believe that. The rats are very nice.
Nice? They attacked my wife, wanted to eat her. And now I'm sure they want to prevent us from working our way out of poverty. Don't talk to me about nice. Yes, we promised an old friend we'd name our first child after him.
And this little robot?
Nate.
Nate?
We promised Nate we'd name our first child after him. We actually wanted to wait a bit, but my little cherry blossom started having problems with depression, said I worked too much and that she felt lonely. You know how women are.
No.
So then we built Nate. Well, we started him off at least. He did the rest himself. He's a great little inventor.
Nate built himself?
Once he could hold a screwdriver, there was no stopping him. But he doesn't only tinker with himself, he invented most of the machines in here.
That thing too? It's really impressive. What does it do?
That? He got it in his head that a machine could do my work quicker. But as you can see, it's not working.
I think I scared Nate earlier.
He's shy and has never seen anyone like you before. In fact, he only knows Esther and me.
Where is Esther?
Oh, at home, but it's not really presentable. Anyway, you ought to sort out the electricity first.
No problem. Hopefully it's not a big deal. There's a lot to do. Best I get to work.
That's the spirit. You only get anywhere in this life through hard work.
Why build something out of wood when you can build it out of iron? That was one of my granddad's favourite sayings. That philosophy brought me iron toys, iron shoes for the garden, and lucky, my iron horse. Why build that? Gulliver, may I please borrow some boards?
No problem, I've got more than enough wood to complete the order.
Gulliver uses these power cables to shock the magic slates to life. Or at least he used to. The electricity died recently. Gulliver blames the rats. Gulliver uses these power cables to shock the magic slates to life. Or at least he used to. The electricity died recently. Gulliver blames the rats. This is the strangest rock I've ever seen. It glitters and it glows a little. That thing looks magical to me. I don't want anything to do with it. Boiler, combustion chamber, flywheel, a steam engine, clearly. The steam engine's probably supposed to power the strange machine next to it. Doesn't look like it ever did, though. The engineer must have run into a snag. The steam engine's probably supposed... Doesn't look like... That's one of the little robot's inventions. The machine is supposed to somehow help relieve his hard-working father. But I don't know how. That's one of the little... The machine... A small box with a switch on it. I will resist. Well, alright. That could be the best machine ever built. As a gnome, I can recognise what that is immediately. A garbage sucker, which sucks garbage in the front and blows it out the back. Some might wonder why, but good inventors never ask such questions. Oh, this is a clock cuckoo's nest. They are so rare. They build their nests in human houses and disguise them as clocks. When the homeowners aren't looking, they fly around and steal cookies and other treats. Although it looks more like a replica of a clock cuckoo's nest. There are people who actually hang these things in their living rooms. The clock isn't ticking. Presumably it can be wound through the little hexagonal hole in the dial if you have the right key. I've never seen tape that wasn't useful for something. Everything down here is old and used. Some of it's pretty strange too. But every single thing now has a second life and a new task. Everything down here is old and used. Some of it's pretty strange too. But every single thing now has a second life and a new task. Works! According to Gulliver, the electricity failed a while back, but he needed to wake up the slates. I don't think it's because of the cables. Gulliver uses these power cables to shock the magic slates to life. Or at least he used to. The electricity died recently. Gulliver blames the rats. I attached some double-sided tape to both the outside and the inside. Two are better than one. I'm not quite sure why, but I glued the fur onto the inside of the wheel. I'm not quite sure why, but I glued the fur onto the inside of the wheel. No, that would just ruin the fur and it wouldn't be fluffy and soft anymore. I don't feel like playing. I want to get out of here. I want to go home. Even if I can't do anything else, I'm sure I can throw ropes over things. Even if I'll tie the other end off here so it doesn't fall. Even if I can't, I don't feel like playing. The hole is eerie. Whenever you get close, it feels like icy fingers are reaching for you. Even if I can't do anything else, I'm sure I can throw ropes over things. No, that would just ruin the I'm not quite sure why, but I glued the fur onto the inside of the wheel. Sure, if no one wants to run in the wheel, you could use water to turn it, but it lacks the blades for that. That's one of the little robot's inventions. The machine is supposed to somehow help relieve his hard-working father, but I don't know how. If I disturb him for no reason, he'll make even less progress. Best if I just let him get on with it. No, I think I'll just leave it there. The plates are covered in greasy leftover sauce, and I'm not a fan of wash, especially when I didn't even do it. Grandad said that living in the city would make me lazy and fat. Athletic achievements like that prove exactly the opposite. The nice thing about the bell, Bill can't ignore me. If he doesn't respond, I'll wake up half the town and people will ask questions.
What do you want?
I'm helping Gulliver, Esther and Nate produce the slates.
Rats and zombies. You've got strange friends, Weathervane.
Gulliver says you helped them too.
If he says so. They were desperate to get into town. I charged them a pretty penny for it.
Gulliver slaves away day and night to pay off what he owes you.
Yes, sir, I have to admit he's doing much better than expected. Still, I could have sold more slates if he was quicker.
There are a few problems with the last delivery.
Yes, tell me about it. That Van Buren's only prepared to pay a pittance, even though we're talking about a very special and limited edition.
Those special requests are the problem. I hope you're paying Gulliver a little extra for them.
Weren't you listening? I'm getting less gold per slate. Before my profit margin shrinks, he'll have to do without his gold. We all have to make sacrifices in this financial crisis.
Gulliver says the next delivery will have paid his debts. Will you really let them go then?
Wilbur, a sea stone merchant always keeps his word.
Bill!
All right, maybe not, but I will pull them out of there. The magic slate market's collapsed, prices have hit rock bottom. I'm switching over to water, bread, and fast horses. There's a mint to be made on them right now.
Right then, we'll get the delivery ready and you pull the zombies up. And me with them, tucked away in a bag somewhere.
What did you say?
Gulliver's hoping to get a better job with you once he's finished the delivery.
How's he gonna do that? Does he want to live here in a little townhouse with wife and child? He's a zombie!
As always, a truly informative conversation. See you later.
You're welcome. I don't mind risking life and limb for our cosy little chats.
If I disturb him for no reason, he'll make even less. The little cape that someone made for the wooden knight knee figure. Seems Gulliver's tapped the rat's lines for some electricity. As it is, everything looks fine. The problem must be further up. The cook hasn't left my side for a moment. Remy probably told her to watch me. I think she's a little cuckoo. She mumbles to herself all the time. The sink is full of soup bowls. I don't know how many rats come here for a hot meal on any given day. Must be dozens of them. The little guy seems to be doing well. He gets fed regularly, has his own swing. Not a bad life. If I was still small as a rat, I could easily leave the caves. The rats have their secret entrances to the city everywhere. When the candle is lit, it doesn't just provide light, it also warms your feet when you're rat-sized and lying in Timmy's bed. I think the cook will be pretty upset if I just take the candle. The cook brought me the water skin on the second day. It was high time too. I was dying of thirst. It's made of rubber. That's pretty unusual. Water skins are usually made from everyday materials such as animal stomachs and the like. Not something exotic like rubber. Hi, Timmy.
Hi.
Ethel believes there's monsters down there, but they're only zombies and robots as far as I can see. They seem to be very nice.
The skunk throws things at us when he sees us. The little robot runs away if I get too close.
Maybe I can get them to be more friendly towards you. It looks like the power supply's broken.
It's been down for 2 days.
What happened?
The same that's happening all over. Little Van Buren had some fun. We nicked electricity from the old role-play machine in the inn. And the inn's not there anymore.
The inn? Not there anymore? What about Sloth and Blout?
They're fine, for now. They play along nicely and keep their heads down. They might have a chance.
Oh, bother. Nothing will happen to Remy. He's the toughest rat I know.
But he's all alone down there in that terrible hole.
Maybe. It's not all that terrible.
No one has ever dared to go down there, apart from Uncle Remy and his grandfather. That hole is evil. I wish I could have gone down there with him.
I know this isn't what you want to hear, but you know any way out of these caves?
Dozens.
Even one in my size?
No. Apart from the unreachable hole in the ceiling, of course.
That's exactly what I was afraid of. Hello.
My God, oh God! My, how you've grown!
I'm, Wilbur.
Stu,
You're the cook, and your name is Stu. Isn't that kind of metaphysical? In a cosmos composed of names, billions upon billions of names, you, a cook, are named Stu. Destiny? Fate? Blind chance? Mere coincidence? A fine kettle of fish, indeed.
no such thing as coincidence. Cause, effect, that's all. Ethel's my name. Want some stew?
So you're the cook here in the rats' camp?
Yes. I am good at mixing things. Was a lab rat for years.
You worked in a lab?
For a mad alchemist, until it got too dangerous. Wanted me to trial a face cream that would make you look 10 years younger. I was only 2 at the time.
Oh, right. I get it.
From then on, I tried to be really stupid, attempted to fail at every experiment. The question is, if one tries to fail and is successful doing that, has one really failed?
Can I ask what happened to your leg? An alchemistical accident?
No, I gnawed it off myself.
What?
Down there in the cave. You'd have done the same, ooh.
Somehow I just really doubt that.
There are monsters there, I'm telling you, and they've got it in for us. If you have to choose between your leg and your life, then you nibble.
If you know a lot about alchemy, then you can brew potions, right? Like shrinking potions, for example.
Oh, don't hold much store by magic potions. People start craving them. Start with weak potions from itsy-bitsy little phials, then at some point they aren't enough anymore. Suddenly it's got to be small potions, then medium, then large, then epic.
A single vial that would shrink me back to the size of a rat would be enough for me.
Oh, no, much too dangerous.
What are you cooking?
Stew, it's always stew.
Tasty. What kind?
It's always the same, has been for years, but new things are added every day, whatever happens to appear. Do you want a bowl full?
Well, I guess I'm kind of hungry.
One stew coming up.
This tastes fantastic.
Cooking is like alchemy, just fewer explosions.
Hi, Ethel. I couldn't help but notice that you, sometimes mumble to yourself.
I'm thinking.
Well, most people do that silently.
Ah, because they aren't thinking properly. You aren't asking the pertinent questions.
For example?
If glue sticks to anything, then why doesn't it stick to the inside of the glue tube? Why do noses run, but feet spell? Why is abbreviation such a long word?
I don't know.
You see, you take these things for granted, but it's completely mad.
Perhaps one can ask oneself too many questions. What do you reckon?
If a theatre has been filled to the last seat, who has this last seat been reserved for? And how did the inventor of the clock know what time it is?
How do you come up with these things?
There are unanswered questions all around us, and no one is doing anything about it. If you eat pasta first, then antipasta, have you eaten anything at all?
Maybe you shouldn't ask yourself all those questions. Or, at least, not all at once.
Oh, it can do your head in. Was on the brink of creating a self-help group, but then I thought, self-help group, isn't that a contradiction in itself?
Yeah, maybe some questions don't need to be answered.
But are we not here to answer questions? That's why I love alchemy. It gets to the bottom of life's deepest ones.
Rebby's gone. He's descended into the dark hole.
Oh, he is so brave, all alone in the dark.
He's taking another big risk. I wonder if that's such a smart idea.
Oh, one of the downsides of risk is that it's risky.
Do you know if there's a way out of here? A gnome-sized one, I mean.
That big? No. However, Monsieur de Dumas has a shrinking ring.
He took it with him.
Then he probably wanted you to stay here.
He can't understand that Maybe I'll feel better after a few weeks at home.
Maybe yes, maybe no. He needs a friend by his side. Not maybe, not in a few weeks. Now. Thinks the world of you. All rats do.
Then I'm afraid you've picked the wrong guy. Remy should never have locked me up in here. He should have just let me go.
Had his reasons, always has.
He should know that no matter how complicated it is, sooner or later, I'll find a way out of here. I'm pretty good at this kind of thing.
Perhaps that is why.
Do you have any idea why there's no electricity?
Nope, not a clue. Don't like electricity. Like fire. It's warm and gives light. Can be explained in terms of alchemy. Electricity is like magic.
Can I have some more stew?
But of course, my big un. And how's it taste?
Delicious, but if it were thicker, it'd be even better.
Understood.
Hey, a water wheel. Not bad. But it still needs a few blades. I'll just ask Ethel for a few more potions of stew. Thanks. If I eat another thing, I'll explode. 8 bowls on the hamster wheel. That should do.